Well, obviously, our guys came with a tremendous effort tonight on the defensive end, forcing SMU into 18 turnovers. Doesn't happen, at least it hasn't happened, I don't think, ever when we've played them, it seems like. They're such a poised offensive team, and they usually do it to their opponents. So, but our guys were first to the floor, diving all over the floor. Jaron Cumberland, Jacob Evans, Gary Clark. It's all those guys, Justin, just commitment to winning, and I appreciate their effort. We're not always pretty at times, but our effort's tremendous. And as a coach, you appreciate that. It makes it fun to coach when your guys are really trying to play for each other and compete as hard as our guys competed, and really have. We competed the other night or we'd have lost big because we were bad on offense. So we continue to try to strive to get better on the offensive end. I thought the key to there's two keys to the game. You know, the first half was everybody kind of getting it going. The second half, Gary Clark decided he was going to quit waiting on the double team and take over. And try to remind him, you know, his senior year is going to disappear. If you just let everybody double you, they're not going to stop doubling you. You got to go score before they get to the double team. He was much more aggressive in the second half, and once he did that, the game was over. And that's why we shot a much higher percentage. We shot too many threes in the first half, 19 threes and a half, way too much, even though we led by 14. Second half, we got the ball inside more, and he was more aggressive. Therefore, we shot 58% in the second half. So we got to continue to do that. But I thought we dictated the tempo of the game with our press, with our ball pressure, and the relentless effort by our players.
You measure yourself somewhat against them in the league. What does it mean?
I try not to measure myself. It always comes up short.
To beat a program that's been.
Oh yeah, my respect for them is off the charts. You know, I did not anticipate winning this game the way we won it. I'm just so used to everything's life and death when we play each other. Now, that being said, you know, I think we got a distinct advantage in the height department, in the interior scoring on them. They are a better shooting team. So they come into the night 6th in the country in three-point shooting. So we only let them get 19 attempts and only make 6. That was the key to the game. You know, but you know, that's not easy, you know, because they're very well coached. They're extremely well coached. They pass the ball and execute is better than anybody in the American Conference for 5 years since the inception of the conference. So it took a tremendous defensive effort to do what we did tonight. We made it look easy, but anybody that watches and knows SMU, they don't make some of the plays that they made tonight. They don't have 18 turnovers. It just doesn't happen.
How did you do that?
Well, I think when you pressure a team and you have tremendous ball pressure, first of all, your shooters have to handle the ball. They have to handle pressure. And the second part of that is when you pressure a team, theoretically, they have to put their head down and drive more. And it also usually takes my theory is that comfortable teams shoot a high percentage. And we tried everything we could. It worked tonight, and we're going to probably play them 2 more times to make them uncomfortable. You know, they got guys that are better players than they played tonight. You know, like Jamal McMurray is a great player for them. He had 5 turnovers at halftime. That's why I'm like, I can't tell you how impressed I am with our guys' effort. Just how hard it is to defend them. Just our on-the-ball defense was excellent. Darren Savino's scouting report and the players' aptitude and application of the scouting report and the game plan was awesome.
When you take away a team's strength like that, does that have a psychological effect?
I think so, no doubt. You know, just like us. I mean, if you can't score, you know, if Gary and Kyle get no buckets inside, and you're just relying on one thing. You know, and the one thing that they don't have the counter punch of the post guy. You know, they try to play. They play 5 shooters, and you know, So if you take that away from them, they really don't have the post-up game this year. But I can tell you, it's going to be a different story when we play down at Moody. They'll be much more comfortable. They'll be ready for us. But it's easy coaching guys when they play as hard as our guys played tonight. Makes coaching fun, and it's very easy to coach. Also helps when you get Jacob Evans making some of the plays he makes, and Jaron Cumberland with 11 deflections. He's learned how to play really, really hard. 40, which we haven't had 40 against SMU probably ever, I'd say, since Jank has been there, even when he's there with Coach Brown. But they just don't. It's hard to get your hands on the ball against them. They take care of it so well.
Mick, talk to players about this. Just 18 made baskets for the last 3 opponents you faced. How impressed are you with that trend that you've seen last year?
Well, if you play defense, you give yourself a chance to win. I think all the, some people use it against us. Oh, Cincinnati plays defense. They do this. Well, Michigan State plays defense too. So Gonzaga plays defense too. Kansas plays defense too. What people don't talk about, they've won 12 Big 12 titles in a row. They've also led the Big 12 in defensive field goal percentage 12 straight years. So people try to use that against us and negative recruit against us, like we don't have talent. Other teams do it, and it's a bad, they talk about it in a different way. Any team in any team sport, if you don't play defense and pitch well, your baseball team don't win. If you don't defend and take care of the ball, your football team's not going to win. So I think it's just a culture that we've worked hard to build. But I would tell you that if you want kids to play hard and listen to you, you better recruit guys that play hard and listen to coaches. Because it's really hard to get guys to play hard and listen to coaches that don't do it in high school. So we try to recruit good kids that play hard. We do our best. I got a great staff.
Well, this guy right here just started being a beast down there. When he getting it, not even on a double team, just fighting through the contact, getting and-ones. That was the difference for us in the second half, rather in the first half of us getting the paint touches and paint points.
You ever be surprised early in that first half they weren't sending the second guy? Because it seemed like the first half they either had somebody to double or dig.
Yeah.
Early in the second they left you alone.
Yeah, it's more so me taking too long. Like I'm allowing them to, get it together and come trap, rather than just going in the second half. Once they gave it to me, the guy that passed to me took off. I was going. So early on, I was waiting way too long for the traps and doubles and for them to get on track to send someone.
How much of your defensive game plan was to keep them from scoring from the perimeter? They're such a good three-point shooting team.
It was one of our biggest keys is to not get beat off the dribble, because they do a lot of driving dribble weave with their guards, just trying to get down the lane. And we really worked on trying to guard just our own guy, so then that don't allow someone else to get open. A lot of times our defense is designed for, our principles is to help. And if the guy doesn't get beat, you don't have to, help. So everyone's on their man, kicking out to get the steal, and they're not wide open for threes.
So much of what they do is centered around shape. He's got the ball. How are you able to kind of cut him off in that first half and never really let them get into a good rhythm?
Well, our coaching staff, they did a great job with scouting, as they always do. So they just had us in our mindset early that where he likes to catch the ball, where they like to run a lot of sets for him. So we just tried to take him out of it early in the game and just kind of disrupt him with our press. And I feel like we did that for the most part of the game, and they really couldn't run their offensive things that they were comfortable with.
Jake, I think the last 3 games you're going to had 18 made baskets each of those games individually. Has something changed with the defense? Obviously, you pride yourself on that, but what's been the key these last few games?
Just digging in, even though it was conference time. Got to turn it up a notch on both ends, and if we worry about defense and rebounding, we should be fine.
Beating this team by 20 points, they're obviously a contender every year. What does that mean to you guys?
it's just a win. We know it's a big win for us, but we know we play them again this year later on in the season. We know it's going to be another tough game. We can't look at this and just think that it's going to be a cakewalk. And that's for any team in our conference. We got to go in knowing that it's going to be a battle, and we just got to get ready for the fight.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Oh.